been so long, I forgot what I normally say.
Hello and welcome to May the
That's
Review
it.
Be With
That's
You.
it. You do it. You
with
do it.
Nick and Joe. I'm Nick.
I'm Joe.
Jesus, it's
that was
only been like a
perfect.
month and a half. I did pretty good. I sounded like you too.
Yeah,
I almost
even
said
hit, like,
your
the
name
same
for
cadence.
me. Yeah, I almost said your name for me.
That's
I had
hilarious.
my brain freaked out. Who am I? I don't know.
Yeah, by the time we're done with this, brains may be hurting, is all I'm saying. Thank you for doing that intro, Nick. As
You're
Nick
welcome.
said,
I
it's May
crushed
the
it.
Review Be With You with Nick and Joe. I'm Joe, he's Nick. And we are doing a special episode today, something that we haven't tried before. We're doing a movie draft today, specifically with one of our favorite topics in probably fiction. Nick, what is it?
Time travel.
Time travel! I thought you were going to do the thing. You did it. You did his arms.
Time travel, am I right? Is that the thing you wanted me to do?
That is the thing I wanted, yeah.
This is
Either
going to be
it
ridiculous.
all makes sense or none of it does.
None of it does.
So yeah, we're doing a time travel movie draft today. We're really excited. We've got a pool of about 40 movies. However, we're only doing 6 categories. We're gonna read those categories off here in a second. But Nick, I'm gonna show you really quick our board here that I am very proud of that I put together.
Oh, this looks fucking cool. Look at this. So
Yes,
you can just
sir.
drag and drop our picks?
I can indeed. I can move whatever I want all over the place.
This is great.
So yeah, we're going to be doing 6 rounds of this. We're going to be trying to create our ideal time travel movie list. We're going to see which one of us is able to come up with a better fantasy time travel movie list. As far as
Hell yeah.
categories go, Nick, do you want to read off what our 6 categories that we need to try and fill in no particular order? Just fill them
Absolutely.
however you can. What are our 6 categories today?
Our 6 categories are secret time travel movies, time travel classics, time travel comedies, superhero time travel movies, and the last 2 categories are romance and time and stuck in the loop.
Awesome.
Those are our 6 categories.
Can you explain really quick what is a secret time travel movie?
Okay, so a secret time travel movie basically is a movie that you don't realize is about time travel until, like, let's say the last, 30 minutes or 20% of the film. Like, comes out of nowhere. You're all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, they're time traveling. What the fuck is going on? That's a secret time travel movie.
Right, exactly. It's a plot twist where all of a sudden, right at the end, boom, they gotcha. The whole thing
Yeah.
was a loop. Or
Yeah,
maybe there's only one
exactly.
way to save everything. Or the person who is rambling about time travel but seemed insane the entire time, turns out he was a time traveler.
Exactly.
That was actually a very specific movie plot.
Yeah, you just
that I may use for this draft. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I think the pool of secret time travel movies is not as big as some of the pools for maybe the other categories, but the cool part about this is if one of us makes the case for any of these time travel movies to go in a specific category, even if the other doesn't particularly agree right off the bat, if the case is made, the choice is allowed. So we'll see what happens.
Yes, agreed. I'm excited to see if there are any creative arguments as far as trying to fit a film under a particular category. Before we do our rock paper scissors shoot to get started, see who gets to make the first pick. I wanted to just ask you, Nick. We both love talking about film, TV shows. We love obviously talking about fantasy and sci-fi. But for some reason or another, you and I have always really seemed drawn towards time travel in particular, which is why we're doing this in the first place.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, why do you like time travel so much? What the heck? Oh, wow, I hit him with a hard one.
That's a good question. I don't know. It's just fascinating. It's probably because it's not possible in our life yet at the moment. Probably won't be during our lifetime, maybe later, but doubtful. I think it's probably the hardest scientific problem to solve / figure out. So it's just cool that because no one knows how to do it, you can essentially take real theories or fake theories and just make it up as you go and create a really fun film that might seem like it's just like another time travel movie, but then there's a nuance or something slightly different that really gets you to think. Because again, since it doesn't exist, you can kind of create your own version of time travel, and I think that's why it's like super fun.
Agreed. I think for me personally, I love the amount of creative thinking that goes into time travel movies, especially something that's not straightforward, right?
Right.
Where it's really a mind bender. I've always really loved a writer who can use time travel effectively in that way. This isn't a time travel movie, but it is the idea of moving things out of order to interpret them differently, and like it's the reason why I love the movie Memento, right? You experience the order of events out of order, right?
Mm-hmm.
To try and play with the idea of memory, which is a great concept in and of itself. But that's probably why I love time travel movies, is because like you are messing with like how we perceive things and like really pushing our understanding of it. It raises a lot of interesting questions, like, can you be your own grandpa? I hope not. That's gross. There's a lot of stuff like that. Grandfather
weird.
paradox, bootstrap paradox. I love all the paradoxes. They're great. Alrighty. I think we've held this horse long enough. I don't know if that's a phrase.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Cool. So yeah, we're doing rock, paper, scissors, shoot for this, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Hang on. Give me a second here. I gotta set up the mic. There we go. So you can hear me win with both hands. Ready?
Wait. Best out of one.
Best out of one. Right. Yeah. Totally agree.
One. Yeah. All right.
All or nothing.
Here we go. Rock.
Paper. Okay. Hang on. Wow, this is tough over the internet. Okay. You ready?
Let's do a countdown. When I get to
1, 2, 3,
we
go.
Start.
Okay.
Well,
right.
On go.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
Rock, paper, scissors. What? I thought.
Oh my God.
It looked like we were in sync.
All right. We're gonna go slowly.
Okay. All right.
I'm going. This. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
No.
Listen, I gotta say, for some reason,
you had an edge.
No, yours was delayed. I saw mine first.
All right, so Nick, you have the first pick of the draft. You can start from any category you want, and lucky for you, you get to start with whatever movie you want. So, Nick, where are we starting?
Oh, I get to choose the first one? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you have the pick of the litter.
Oh shit. Okay, hold on. Oh, there's so many good movies on here. Oh my god. Oh.
Yeah,
dude,
you better choose a good one, otherwise I'm going to judge the hell out of you.
Yeah, this is actually like what I would love to do is choose like a more like maybe unexpected one or an older one that people like don't talk about as much anymore, just because of how good revisiting those are. But there are too many heavy hitters on this list to not choose a good one right off the rip. Like there's too many good ones to not choose one off the rip. Like I have to go. I need to make sure what category this fits in.
Oh man, you are killing me with the suspense.
Oh man, what category would I even put this in? Because it's not really a secret. Well, I guess it could be. Is it a secret? Now I'm trying to remember this. Trying to remember, like, when in the movie do you know that they're time traveling? Ooh, man.
I'm trying to figure out what movie you're even referencing here.
Because it's... Well, I guess I could go with romance as well.
Oh, I think I know what movie you're talking about.
I could go with romance, because it's not like a loop. It could be a secret. But now this is where the strategy comes in, because if I pick, depending on what category I put it in, I can't use that category again.
Exactly.
Fuck. This is so much more difficult than I was thinking already off the rip. Because it's not a classic, and it's not a comedy, and it's not a superhero, although it does include Matthew McConaughey, and he could be a superhero.
Oh, you did not? Okay, so this is the movie you're talking about. I was totally wrong. Okay, interesting. Where are you gonna put it, Nick?
Oh God, Now I want to know which one you thought I was going to pick. This is going to take forever.
I'll tell you later.
This is going to take forever. Okay, my choice is Interstellar. Obviously.
Yeah,
it's
obviously.
Like one of the heaviest hitters on this list. So Interstellar is my choice.
I think it's also the only Matthew McConaughey movie on this list.
Nice. Well, I mean, listen,
Is
when you
it
give a
the only
performance like
Matthew
that,
McConaughey?
you don't have to do another time travel movie. That's the only one you need for a career. It's that good.
I can't believe you're going to make me watch this movie again. Oh,
What do
God.
you? Well, yeah. I mean, there is that one part where everyone cries every time.
Yes,
including
yes.
me.
I've only seen this movie one time, and I refuse to watch it again because it rips me apart.
Wait, you've only seen this movie one time, Joe. I actually own this movie. Like,
I know
it's
you do.
It's 2024, and I actually physically own this on Google. Like, I can watch this movie anytime I want.
You gave me your Google account so I could watch it again, like years ago, and
God,
I haven't had the courage to do that.
Now you're gonna have to. And honestly, I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure which category to put this in because I really don't want to use romance. I don't want to use that one yet. But my God, there are so many good ones for secret time travel movie, and I don't know if I would. It's not as much of a secret as maybe some other ones might be.
I mean, I would definitely agree. It is a secret time travel movie. I mean, like,
yeah.
I mean, there are definitely some references in the beginning, right? But like, you think that that's like aliens like playing a part, but it's not the aliens. It's Matthew McConaughey.
Right.
So,
yeah, it's definitely.
I definitely agree with this argument.
I'm just debating on if I want to use it for secret or if I want to also argue for romance in time. And this is taking way longer than I was expecting because
I
goodness.
I told you.
Oh my gosh.
It's just tough.
I'm going through the list right now and looking at what other movies I would like to put for romance in time, and there's at least 2 I can choose. So like, I'm okay with my decision, but there's one specific secret one in time that is so good for the category, which I know you're picking next. So, all right, I'm going secret time travel movie, Interstellar. Lock it in.
Interstellar.
Lock it in.
Secret time travel movie. Excellent choice.
I know what your pick is too already. I won't say it for you, but I know what it is, and it's a goodie.
So the pick falls to me. And now I have to make the horrifying decision that Nick also had to make, which, damn, it really is harder once you're actually looking at all of these. And
dude, yeah, it's like
for anyone who might be listening to this, I'll definitely name the movies that we did not pick toward the end of this, in case you can't see what we're looking at. I don't want to name any movies yet, because I kind of want them to be a surprise. There are a few that I'm really excited about, and like I'm really hoping that you do not choose.
Same.
They are definitely part of my ideal list. Interesting that you were so focused on romance, because, damn, there's okay.
Wait, do you have to go with the same category I just picked?
No,
or can you pick anything?
I do not. I can fill out whatever I want. Yeah, hence the strategy of this all, right?
Got it. Okay, great. Okay. Well, nice. Well then,
although I feel like I kind of want to follow you in though, because I feel like if I don't take this movie
this is
now,
why this is so great, because there's another movie that could fit in romance and in secret time travel that I absolutely love. Man, this is so good. Go ahead. It's up to you. But yeah, I'm all for not naming ones we're not picking. So we'll keep this whole suspense thing for both of us and the audience.
Okay, so
while we talk it through.
I just realized you've put me in a really bad position because
you're screwed. You're so screwed right now because you
know why.
There is one movie. There is one movie that we're both thinking of right now, and if you don't pick it right now for secret time travel movies,
next.
It's fucking mine. So you better.
I know.
I know what you want to put.
Start with this movie,
and I know what you want to pick for romance in time. And if you don't pick that, I'm fucking snagging it. So you better.
It sucks because So
you losing rock paper scissors was the worst game that you've ever lost in your entire life, and it just happened.
If I could do one moment over again, it would be that moment, and I would say no, not rock paper scissors shoot. We flip a coin.
Yeah.
I got screwed. Yeah. Screwed by the lag.
But guess what? Your destiny is your destiny, Joe. You always lose, no matter what game you play.
Wow.
Wow.
That's great. That's great. Wow. That should be a
Wow.
hint towards the romance movie. But here's the thing, though.
It's not.
Because I also want the secret time travel movie that we're both referencing here as well. And I think I want it a little bit more than the romance movie that you're
Nice.
thinking of, because there's another romance movie
Yeah.
that
There
I
are
would
two.
love to.
There are two. There are two. Yeah.
There are two really good ones.
Yeah.
There,
And
there
honestly,
are definitely others on the table, but yeah, there are two
yeah,
that
there are two
are
really
awesome.
good ones. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's what's saving you is that there are two that are awesome, and honestly, right now in my head, I'm not even sure which one I would pick. So it's tough either way.
It is tough either way. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the secret time travel category.
Dun 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 dun. Dun.
Okay, so all right, I'm just gonna say what the movies are. Screw it. No, because I don't want to do that to you. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that to you. I'm not gonna take away your thunder. My bad. Okay, I'm just going for it. Secret time travel movie. Give me Arrival.
Well done. That's definitely the one that we were. That is a better secret time travel movie than Interstellar. Like from a secret perspective, like
Right, it really sneaks up on you.
It sneaks up. Like I mean, the last 3.5 minutes, you're like, holy shit! I just watched a time travel movie. Like at least Interstellar, you know a little earlier what's going on, right? Like
You
but
have a
my
chance
God.
of putting it together, but yeah, no, Arrival, it really sneaks up on you.
Like I remember watching that for the first time and texting you, going, "Joe, holy shit, this movie's a time travel movie. What the fuck?"
I saw this movie in theaters. Just thinking I was in for like a cool alien movie. I didn't think it would be about two things that I love: language and freaking time travel. It was time travel language. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's totally
one of the
insane.
coolest
It's
sci-fis
totally
I've
insane.
ever seen.
It's insane.
I'm very excited to rewatch that with you and review it. Watch it through new eyes. That's going to be, especially like I don't think
cool.
I've seen that movie again since the first time. Same with Interstellar. So I wonder, now that I know what I know about that movie.
Dude, I rewatch movies that I love so much. Like I've seen Arrival at least 4 or 5 times. It's so good.
Really?
Like, yeah. And every time I'm like, holy shit.
You're going to be our time travel expert. Shoot.
Yeah. Every time I'm like, I can't believe that. Like, I get something different too every time. It's incredible. Anyway, all right. Moving on, we're going to review these movies separately throughout the year, one at a time. So we don't want to get too much into it. So now I get to pick another category.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, no. You know what we should do? Do you want to kind of do it like a? Well, no, I get to pick a category, but you can pick a different category. So never mind. It's my turn.
Yeah, I can pick whatever I want. The only reason I took Arrival,
I had a brain
is
fart.
because like
yeah.
I was just scared you might take Arrival somewhere else.
Right.
And
yeah, no, we're good. We're good.
I needed to take it.
Yeah,
because I think you can make an argument. You can make an argument for Arrival being a romance movie. I think, to a certain degree, you can make that argument. I don't think it's the strongest part of that movie, but like, it's definitely in there.
Yeah, I was gonna make that argument if you didn't. So pick it. So you did a good job.
I knew it. I knew that's what you were gonna try to do.
Joe, secret time travel movie. All right. So, and we've done secret time travel movies. So I'm going to highlight that box. Well, the letters are green. That's fine. All right. So I'm going to delete the categories we're not picking. Is that cool?
That is cool. You know, we were talking about Donnie Darko earlier, and I actually feel like Donnie Darko is also a secret time travel movie.
Yeah, I would agree with that, dude. Oh my god, that freaking dude. I can't believe that movie's insane. The script writing on that is like I read the script. Like not the script, but I read the plot to prepare for this, and I was just like, this movie is so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. It makes no sense. It's like unreal that's a movie. Okay, so, man, I don't even know. What am I going to pick next? I kind of feel like I got to go Romance in Time because, you know what though? But I don't know. Like, Dane, there's actually 3 in Romance in Time, I think. There's 2 super strong ones, but there's a third that's like a dark horse.
Interesting.
And I don't know if you've seen it. I can't wait to talk to you about it if you haven't seen it at the end when we go back. Okay. So, all right, um we're going to go Romance in Time. We're going Romance in Time.
Mm-hmm.
And there's two that I really want to choose from. And I think I'm going to make you really happy because I don't think I'm going to pick your top choice.
Interesting.
I'm gonna pick for Romance in Time. My choice is a movie that stars what's his first name? Oh my gosh, Gleason, Mr. Gleason.
Sorry, my thoughts went immediately to my college roommate Kevin Gleason, and that's obviously not who you're talking about.
No, you know who I'm talking about. What's his first name? Oh my god, it's Rachel McAdams and
Oh my god, you're talking about the British guy?
yes,
You son of a bitch! I wanted this movie so much.
Dom Hall Gleason, Dom Nail.
This is what I
Dom
was talking
Gleason.
about earlier.
That's my choice.
This
About
is the movie
time.
I was referencing
About
earlier.
time.
Yep. I'm so mad. This was the movie I was referencing earlier when I saw you name. Hey, all right. So for the record,
Oh,
listeners,
really?
I
This
asked
is
Nick-
the one from
Yeah.
earlier?
This is the movie.
No way.
So I asked
Wow.
Nick to send me a list of time travel movies that he would want in the pool because like I had already created the pool. I just wanted to make sure like I didn't miss any that he wanted.
Yeah.
And there were a few that I had not thought of and had not seen, but one of them that you listed, most of them I had gotten, but one that you listed that surprised the heck out of me was It's About Time. I love that movie. That movie ripped me apart, but like in the
dude.
best way.
That is
I'm
without a
so
doubt.
mad you got that movie.
That is without a doubt like one of the saddest time travel movies ever, but it's
Easily.
also one of the saddest movies I've ever seen.
Yes,
But it's so good. Like
it's phenomenal. It's one of my favorite time travel flicks.
top 1% on like movies that can actually make you feel something. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy how good that movie is and how sad it is too at the same time. Also, I can't remember if I remember reading about this movie like because it was like going off of like Netflix or something like a year ago or 2 years ago and I'd never seen it and I think I watched it and then I texted you about it and then your reply was like holy shit Nick this like it's one of my favorite / saddest things like I don't think it was one of those movies that one of us suggested to the other like a lot of the other ones might be on the list. Does that make sense? Do you remember that right the same way I do?
Yes, I believe. Yeah, I believe I do. I saw this movie in theaters though. Me and Anne
wow.
saw it on a date. Yeah, this was like early in me and Anne's relationship too. I think it was like
my God.
our first year or so. I think you had texted me about it, and we talked about it right then and there. And I was surprised that you had even watched it because like I think it had been a number of years since it had been out in theaters, and like I feel
Right.
like I don't know anyone who's seen this movie.
Right.
God, it's so good.
Move it to my name. Move it to my name.
Uh,
It's mine.
yeah.
Dude, my lineup is looking good right now. Interstellar and
That's-
About Time. I mean, it doesn't even
that's-
matter what
that's-
else I pick. This is a championship team right here. It's championship caliber.
That is pretty good. I gotta admit, I am honestly. I'm just gonna. It doesn't even matter to me what you do next. I'm gonna be upset that you got It's About Time for the rest of this draft.
Move it.
I'm big mad.
Move it to my name.
You got it. All right. So for romance, you're taking It's About Time. Okay.
It's just called About Time, for the record.
It's About Time. I thought, yeah, It's About Time. Yeah, that's why I said it, wasn't it?
You keep saying the word "it's" in front of About Time. It's
Yeah,
just about time.
It's About Time, or is it just About Time? Wow, really?
It's just About Time. Yeah.
About Time.
So I'm very glad that I picked this one because I actually know the name of the movie. Like you, just
I do wish I could redo that moment. I do wish. Okay. So bottom of the second comes to me.
wait. You got to move it to my name.
What's up?
You got to move it
did.
in the draft board.
Yeah, no, I did. About Time goes to Nick. You see it?
Great.
Is it there?
Yep.
Good.
It's working.
All right,
Fantastic.
Cool,
Thanks,
cool.
bro. Appreciate it.
All right, I'm actually gonna stop sharing for a moment here,
Okay.
so we can focus on us for a second here.
Great.
So I have, I'm actually gonna switch it up here. I'm not gonna go romance because, like, the thing is, now I can kind of have my pick of the litter. Because you already took the movie that I wanted most. Arrival, I couldn't let you have Arrival. I couldn't let you have Arrival. I can't let you have Arrival and Interstellar. Like, that's too much.
Right. Right. You made the right choice, but it cost you.
It cost me big. And like I knew this was the movie you were talking about. I'm so angry.
It wasn't.
That I was right.
It wasn't.
Really?
I was thinking of a different one because when I put this on the list, I put it on the list and I was like, he probably has this on. Like, I was like, you asked me for my list and I was like, okay, I'm going to name a bunch that we both probably have, but I'm going to try to put a couple on there that maybe he hasn't thought of. And so when I put About Time on my list, I was like, okay, like he's definitely thought of this, but I still want to include it just in case. There's like at least one or maybe two other movies that I sent you that I was like, this is probably not something he's even thinking of. And I don't know if they're movies that even I'm going to choose, but they're movies that I really enjoy. So it's possible. And so
we can
earlier,
definitely talk about that at the end.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the ones we didn't pick at the end for sure for like 20 minutes. But anyway, you're up. You're on the clock.
Yeah. All right, so we're actually going to go comedy here because I'm going to save my romance pick now that it's off the table. Yeah, how about that? And I'm going to, let's see here. We're going back. We're doing, I might live to regret this, honestly, because like, so I'm gonna switch it up to time travel comedies, right? I'm gonna switch it up to time travel comedy, but man, it's tough for what I'm going to be letting go. But I would rather keep my romance pick open. So I'm gonna say screw it,
it's a bold
I'm
move.
gonna grab Midnight in Paris. I'm gonna put that under time travel comedy. Come at me.
Ooh.
I believe that there is a fair argument for this. I think that this movie probably is more romance. Well, I don't know. Actually, you know what? I take that back. I've just convinced myself otherwise. This movie is more comedy than it is romance. Because it's not about a specific romance, right? Like, the man is in love with the past. And we are laughing throughout the movie about this love of the past. So I'm going to say it's more of a comedy.
Joe, time travel comedy. See, I thought you were going to pick this movie as your romance movie. So now I'm
there's
very
another
interested.
movie. Yeah, there's another romance movie that I got my eye on that I want to keep that open for. So,
I'm very interested now to see what your romance pick is. Oh, there's a couple that are really good though. There are still a couple left that can fit for romance, but they also fit. They also fit in other categories.
You can get creative with a bunch of these.
At least one of them does. Oh man. Okay. So you've marked off a comedy. So you've got a comedy done. Okay.
I just took the comedy.
Did you update the board? Did you update the board?
Oh yeah, board updated. You didn't see, man? I had a dramatic drop and everything.
No, I was updating the sheet. It's all good.
You're doing what you were supposed to. I appreciate that.
All right, so I can still pick. I've got romance and I've got secret. So I need to pick either comedy, classic, time travel, or stuck in the loop. Ooh. Oh, so many choices. The hardest choices require the strongest wills. Dun, 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 dun.
Nice.
That is not a precursor to what I'm about to pick, for the record. I don't think I'm going there.
I was about to ask.
Oh, man, but I might go with a different superhero movie because it's so fucking good. Oh, my God. Is it time for superhero movies already?
Ooh, baby.
There are two that I really want. Like, really want. There's one I feel like I have to choose because it's like my identity partly. But I don't know if I want to go there yet. But I'll probably be pissed if you pick. Oh man, but there's another one too. Oh my god, there's so many movies. What are we doing?
There's a few.
Why do we do this to ourselves?
That qualify for superhero, 100%.
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't know if I'm going with that yet though. I'm trying to figure out with this one particular one I'm looking at right now. I'm trying to figure out where it actually goes and if I even have a place for it or if it's already too late for me. because it's not a classic and it's not a comedy. Is it a loop?
God, now I'm scared about the movies that I'm leaving out.
Oh my
I think
God,
I'm going to come to regret what I've done for comedy.
This might be a loop. It could be a loop. I can make the case. It's fascinating too.
Oh, I wonder if we're thinking of the same movie.
But the thing about this one is, from a strength perspective, from like the overall, and I don't know who's actually going to grade us. Like who's who's the winner? I don't know. Maybe
I'm in charge of grading. I'm in charge.
Oh yeah, of course. Okay, sure. But like, if we're thinking about like, it's not the director's best from a like rating standpoint. And so like I think that like it might actually not make my list stronger, even though it is a top-notch movie. Does that make sense? So if I'm thinking about it from that perspective, I don't feel as bad for not picking it, but my goodness, is it good. And we'll talk about that later. Okay, so you know what? Like, I feel like I have to do this because I absolutely love this movie so much. I'm going with superhero time travel movies, and the pick is X-Men Days of Future Past. Lock it in. X-Men Days of Future Past.
There it is. I had a feeling that's where we were going.
I gotta have it.
It's a good choice.
It's so good. It's such
a
good
choice.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to pick.
I'm a big fan of this movie. Actually, I think it's of all of the X-Men movies, like the group X-Men movies, I think this is probably the strongest one.
Yeah.
Like, if we're not counting the Deadpool franchise or the Wolverine franchise, like this is probably the best X-Men movie in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree, and they do it so well. Yeah, and it's time travel, and they include just all the actors, like the young and the old ones. Like you can't. What they pulled off was just so well done, and the moment at the end of that movie when Wolverine comes back, and he wakes up, and he walks into Professor X's office, and he goes, "I just got back from 1973," or whatever the date was, and like the look on Professor X's face, he just like takes a deep breath, and he's just like, "Welcome back." I'm just like, sometimes I'll think about that scene and I'm like, yeah, I have to watch this whole movie now. And that's the last scene of the movie. Like, and I literally watch a whole movie because that scene is so damn good. And and the whole movie leads up to it. I'm just like, I have to watch this movie. And now I'm going to have to go watch it like tomorrow. So anyway, that's my choice. You're up, G.
Okay. Oh man. I enjoyed that pick. Mostly because I'm gonna enjoy. I'm glad I didn't pick it. I might have had to, if you let it go for superhero, because I think of among the superhero choices that we have, I think that's one of the stronger ones. Also,
Agreed.
When we review these, just throwing this out here, obviously we're gonna review them as films. We should also grade them under like the rules of time travel. Like obviously the rules vary from film to film, right? But, like,
that's a great idea.
Endgame, I think, is a good example, right? Like, Endgame lays out rules for time travel, but then it breaks its own rules for time travel, right?
Right.
So, yeah, we should definitely do that. I think Days of Future Past has pretty good rules for time travel for the most part.
Yeah.
Okay. So, looking at this, I kind of want to throw another wrench in here. Because for my superhero film now, I'm pretty confident you're not going to choose what I'm interested in. So I think I'm going to save that.
Okay. That's
so
smart for you.
Yeah. I've got two choices for two categories later that I'm feeling pretty good about that you're not going to grab. Which leaves me now with classic.
I knew you were going classic.
I'm going classic, baby.
I knew it.
I'm going classic, and man, this is tough because there are so many good classic time travel movies.
Yeah.
Now, for the record here, I put all three Back to the Future movies.
Right.
Which, like, I don't know why I did that because, like,
right.
Are you really gonna choose like?
No, you're not.
You can make the argument. Yeah, because like you're not going to go out of order, right, and leave two of them out, right?
Yeah.
So you're obviously going to choose number one,
right.
But if you really wanted the other three on your list, I mean, you could make arguments for them, right? Go
Yeah.
classic 1, comedy 2,
Yeah.
and I don't know, romance.
Thankfully, this
3?
is not a Back to the Future Stan podcast, or else maybe that would be the case. But
Oh, for sure, for sure. Oh man, there's some good ones on here though. I kind of want to rewatch Time Cop. Freaking Terminator's on here.
yeah,
You
there's
know what's
some
funny
goodies on here.
about? Yeah, you know what's funny? What I just said about Back to the Future. I would not say the same thing about Terminator. I absolutely feel like you could go T2 for a classic without watching T1. I think that's fine.
Yeah, yeah, I would agree with that.
But am I going to do that, Nick? I'll tell you what, if I didn't put Midnight in Paris in comedy, I probably would have put Back to the Future there. So we're going to go Back to the Future for my classic time travel kick.
Nice.
I mean, it's the one. You know, it is the time travel movie. It is Back to the Future. It's Marty McFly. Is he wearing a life jacket? Is he a lifeguard? I don't know. It'll make sense. If it doesn't make sense to you now, but your kids are going to love it. That's all that matters.
I love it. I love it.
Back to the Future. Just real quick on Back to the Future. That was one of those movies that, like, if it was on TNT, I always stopped what I was doing to go watch Back to the Future.
Nice.
I think I've only ever seen the movie from start to finish, like, maybe 2 times. Maybe. But I have seen that movie out of order 100 different times. Like, that might be the movie I've seen out of order the most.
You know what's funny? Like, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you.
No, I was gonna piggyback off the movie I've seen the most out of order is like because it was always running on like TNT is Eagle Eye. You remember that one?
Oh my god, yeah, that movie was on all the time.
It's not a time travel movie, but that movie was so mediocre, but can't stop looking that if you turned on the TV and it was on, you're just like, I'm just watching Shia LaBeouf do some stuff. Like, it's fine.
Yeah. He's just being Shia LaBeouf. It's okay.
Anyway, Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf.
Classic.
Sorry. We're getting out of hand.
Is that a segue for classic?
No, absolutely not.
Is there a Shia LaBeouf time travel movie? If so, I messed up by not putting it on this list.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be okay. What else were you saying, or are we done? Or is your point completed about Back to the Future?
Basically, all I was gonna say was I remember it had been years after I had seen that movie out of order, like dozens, if not 100 times. Before I actually saw it from start to finish, and like I watched it and I was like, oh, I was really only missing like one scene.
Nice.
It was like pretty minor scene too. Actually, you know what it is? The only scene I was missing. It's literally the first 10 seconds of the movie when the camera is in Doc Brown's laboratory and you see all the clocks everywhere as the camera pans around the room and they're all ticking and clocking. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. That was the only scene I think I was missing when I finally saw that in college, and I was like, because it's a time travel movie. I get it.
I get it.
I get it.
I get it. Oh yeah.
All right, balls in your court.
All right.
Where are we going?
Ah, man. You know what's tough is I'm a little bit screwed with comedies. I'm not sure. I'm not screwed. There's obviously choices.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't say you're screwed at all.
But yeah. There's kind of one I want to pick for comedy that's maybe like a slight dark horse because like it's a newer one. But it's a decent, it's good, but it's not like I don't think it deserves to be on a top 6 list of mine. It's the only problem. I might just like avoid this category for now. What else do we have? Stuck in the Loop, comedies, and classics. That's what I have left, right? Just those 3 categories?
That's what you got left,
This is so tough. What's the time frame on a classic?
I think
How far
as long
removed?
as it's outside, am I crazy for thinking as long as it's outside the 2010s, I think you can consider it a classic? Is that crazy?
No, I was thinking like around the same. So if it's pre 2010,
Yeah, pre 2010 I'm gonna go with, because like, dude, we're almost 15 years right removed from that, so like, yeah, I think the
fantastic.
2000s can be considered classic. As much as that pains me to say that.
Yeah, that's real rough. That's great for me though because
Yeah, man.
there's a movie that I really want.
That's great for me.
That's great news for me in my next pick. um, although I really might just need to do one of those harder choices because for a classic, I really have to pick Terminator 2. I just got to do it. I mean, you just can't leave.
Yeah,
You can't.
I knew I was leaving it to you. I knew
yeah,
it,
I appreciate
but
you.
no, I respect the
It
choice.
has to be.
I really
It has
do.
to be there. It has to be on the list. I can't. The other one that I was gonna pick, I will hopefully get to pick later as it fits in another category, and I will tell you at that time if I do get to pick it. Where's Terminator?
Wait, is
Here
this
we go.
Terminator 2 or is this Terminator 2?
Oh,
think
are you
this
looking
is
at the
Terminator
covers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's also Terminator 2, but
Yeah,
it's
that's Terminator 2. That's T2.
Nick, Time Travel Classics. All right, great. I feel good about that pick. I feel good about it.
I'm not gonna lie, Nick. Your list is looking pretty solid right now.
Oh, dude, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to the ship. You know, like I'm just give me the title, give me the title.
Oof.
But we still have now Secret Time Travel and Time Travel Classics are done. You still have, what do you have? You have a superhero
I have
available.
romance, superhero, and I have Stuck in the Loop.
Right.
There's a surprising amount that work really well for Stuck in the Loop.
I know. It's why I haven't picked anything yet because I'm like Stuck in the Loop. I could see that being the last category both of us pick because unless you go with it now, but there's so many choices that.
See, the thing is, I don't think you're gonna choose mine for Stuck in the Loop. That's why I'm confident waiting on that one.
I've been doing the same, and I watch it be the same fucking one.
Oh my god, I'm gonna lose it if it is.
Oh my
Absolutely
goodness.
lose it. Okay, so for Stuck, or no, not Stuck in the Loop. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do my romance pick now.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're gonna do romance now. Okay, so there's a couple here that I could grab for romance, right?
Oh, I just realized that there's one that you could technically make a case for romance, and holy fucking shit, if you do this, I'm going to be pissed. Oh my god.
So
you could
am
make the
curious-
case. I don't know if I would approve the case, even if I was making it, but you
Are
could
you talking
make the
about
case.
Deadpool 2?
No.
Oh, interesting. Okay, because
I'm not-
Deadpool 2, you can
You
absolutely
could make the case, though. I agree with you. I agree.
Absolutely could make the case for Deadpool 2. I'm not going to.
I think
I considered it.
that's more in line than what I'm thinking. I think Deadpool 2 definitely
Interesting.
could be considered a romance as well. But anyway, continue.
Interesting. I am
you go right
so
ahead.
curious about which one you're talking about. Hang on, I'm running through them all right now. Oh,
No, you just know what you're gonna
dude,
get.
I freaking forgot that this is on the list. This is definitely not the movie. I made the list and I forgot it was on the list. Shoot, I kind of wanted to grab this movie. Damn.
Can you?
Oh no, this throws a wrench in my plans. Okay, I don't know what movie you're talking about, but the movie I am talking about. What movie is this? Oh no, I forgot about that movie too. Oh god, Nick, I've messed up my list. Oh man, I want to go back. I have totally messed up.
Joe is so fucked.
Oh.
Joe is so fucking fucked.
Oh, I'm so upset. Ooh, no, I'm not. Okay, I can save one of them. Okay, so
You know what the best part about this is? Joe made this list, everyone. Joe emailed me this list last night. I got it this morning when I woke up. And I didn't add anything else. I sent him my list. He created his own list. He added most of the movies. I added like 15. He added the other like 30. And this guy forgot.
I did. I forgot.
He
about
was more
two
prepared than
movies
I
on
was.
This list.
This freaking guy. And all he had to do was scroll down while he was drafting. This is why the Chicago Bears are bad every year. They do the same thing in the draft room. Anyway,
You're right. It's me. I'm in the draft room, and I'm like,
you're the
I
problem.
forgot.
You're the problem. It's you.
It's Mitch Trubisky. Go with Mitch Trubisky. There's no way we can mess that up.
Yeah, there's no way Patrick Mahomes is on the board. I forgot Patrick Mahomes is available.
God, if that was a moment we could redo. God, I think about that every time I watch the Chiefs win. Anyway.
We're getting off track.
Okay.
Here we go.
We're way off track. Bring us
What do you
back
got?
on track. Back to the main branch, if you will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice,
So,
nice.
I'm going romance here.
Okay.
And the two movies that I'm stuck between right now is I was really interested in grabbing Deadpool 2 for romance because I have another that I want to grab for superhero.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I don't know, Deadpool 2 is just a really hilarious movie, especially its use of time travel at the very end of the film is just freaking great. I'm gonna leave it where it is though, because our main protagonist does not do a whole heck of a lot of time traveling until the very end, and I prefer to see a little bit more time traveling in my time travel flicks.
Okay.
So for my romance, I'm actually gonna go with Groundhog Day.
Ooh.
I believe
That's
this
awesome.
qualifies. Yes. I
Like
actually considered I considered having this be my obvious pick for In the Loop, and then I realized like I could get much more creative with Stuck in the Loop.
it also fits in
because
classics too.
It also fits in classics. It also fits in comedy. Like this movie actually was like a perfect blueprint for most of our draft, except superhero. You know?
Yeah.
Because like if you think about it, outside of Back to the Future, like this is the time travel movie, right? Like when people say you're stuck in a loop, they don't usually, when they're going for the joke, right? They don't say that. They're like, "Oh, are you doing a Groundhog Day?" Like,
Right.
This is what's referenced all the
Right.
time, you know. So like, there's no way I can ignore this movie. I knew it was getting on my list. I just didn't know what category it was going to be in. So I just realized, hang on one second, that I did not share that with you. So yeah, we're taking Groundhog Day for romance as my fourth round pick.
All right. Look at the board. The board is looking nice.
It's thinning out. I feel much better about my picks right now, especially if I get to do my last two. Feeling pretty good on it.
Yeah, I'm there's so many more good movies left on here, but I also am feeling great. Okay, actually I have to write this down. So this was your romance pick, right? Joe, romance in time.
Right. There's another movie. Damn it.
Joe is struggling.
There's another romance that I'm very upset about that I left behind. Oh god, I love all these films. This sucks. I hate this exercise. This is terrible.
I know. I can't. I'm actually I'm really excited to be able to watch all these this year and then actually have like a full episode on them. But I think I'm more excited for the last like 20 minutes that we're gonna wrap up and talk about all the ones we wish we could have picked, but
that we regret. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
There's gonna be many. Okay, so I have. What do I have left? Oh, I have to pick a comedy, and I think Stuck in a Loop are my last two.
Yep.
Oh man, a comedy. This is stressful.
I love that we're both leaving Stuck in the Loop for our last one. That feels very appropriate, actually, to do Stuck in the Loop as your final time travel pick.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so comedy. I have to pick comedy. All right. Oh my god. Yeah, this one's so fucking hilarious. I don't know if I want to pick it though. I've only seen it once, and I don't love like the actors in it. It is.
Oh,
and it's also
I know what you're talking about.
It's kind of like a classic, but I just.
I almost chose this movie for the record.
Does it start with an I?
Oh, that's actually not what I was talking about, but I do love Idiocracy.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, like, if you're going for a time travel comedy, like, damn, does that one only become more and more relevant?
I know, but like, there's just something about it that I just don't want on my list. I just don't want to pick it as a top 6 for me. I don't know. I think it's probably because I've only seen it once, but I'd rather just not.
I might get hate for this, and go ahead and feel free to share this. Idiocracy, when it came out, is not a very good movie.
Right.
The reason why we think it's a good movie is because it's becoming more and more accurate all the time.
Exactly.
It's aged
100%.
very well.
Right.
Extremely well.
Now, amazing. 20 years ago, this is the shittiest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, what is going on? So stupid.
Post that online. We will absolutely get fire for that.
Yeah, that's fine. They're all wrong. They're all wrong. You're all wrong. All right. Okay. So
President Camacho will see you now.
I have to do. What am I on? I'm on comedy, and
Comedies.
I am on
Fifth round pick.
or stuck in the loop. But comedy or stuck in the loop. I'm gonna do a comedy now. Man, it's crazy. Like the only one I think I can do. Well, I'm trying to think about this movie. It's very long. How many jokes can I remember? Because, like, what constitutes comedy? Like, is it a serious movie that also has jokes in it? Because I can make that case.
Make the case. Make the case. I will try to fight you if I disagree, but let's see.
Wait a minute. Of course. Comedy. Avengers Endgame. Lock it in.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say that.
Lock it in.
All right.
Lock it in.
All right. Hang on. Before I just blatantly throw Avengers Endgame into comedy, which, like, how dare you throw 11 years of storytelling under the bus with comedy?
Time travel. Am I right? That's all I have to say. That scene alone is a comedic performance.
Either it all makes sense,
or
none of it
does. It's a comedy. I said it. Put it on the list. Allow it. Acknowledge me.
Acknowledge me. Okay. All right. So I'm not going to disagree with you.
Oh, I love you. Thank you.
Allow me to convince myself. Okay.
I will. You take the floor for me.
Does this movie fall under the genre of comedy? Not intentionally. No, I don't think so. However, because of a certain director whose name rhymes with Moss Deedon, Joss Whedon. Because of Joss Whedon setting, I don't know, it's my lame attempt at Joss Whedon humor. Because Joss Whedon set the tone for what is a successful blueprint of a superhero movie with Avengers 1. Every superhero movie after this, with the exception of Guardians, because Guardians just did its own freaking thing, and good for them, good for James Gunn. Yep. Every superhero movie tried to be Avengers after this. And, like, Joss Whedon is very good. Well, there's a lot of debate about this. But whatever. He's had a successful career, all right? Anyone fight me on that. He's good at that humor, that very punchy humor, right? That's his writing style. And even though I think Avengers Infinity War and Endgame leans away from what Whedon did in the first two films, I think ultimately Kevin Feige and the heads that be were like, no, we need that kind of humor to stick around.
Yep.
I'll give it to you. The Avengers movies, they're funny.
Yes.
They're pretty funny.
They are. They're comedy in their own right. It's hard not to pick it. And the most quotable parts are the funniest parts. And even when Thanos is being serious and threatening, it also is fucking funny. Like, his quotes are, like, hilarious to quote after the fact. You know what I mean?
I am inevitable.
I am inevitable. Like, you couldn't live with your own failure. So where did that bring you? Back to me.
Laugh, yeah.
Like, come on. That's hilarious. Like, after the fact, it's hilarious. It's a comedy.
Yo, damn, you're right. Thanos is actually a good example of, like, not intentionally being funny.
Right, but it's like, afterwards, it's so fun to quote. He's got so much quotable stuff.
He does.
It becomes comedy.
You know what's a good Thanos quote? You know what's a good Thanos quote that you and I quote all the time, but, like, it's not an obvious Thanos quote. Like, you gotta have to, like, do a leap in logic in order for it to be a Thanos quote. Magnificent! Magnificent! Yeah. Because he doesn't actually say that.
Right.
The Reflector doesn't actually say that.
Right.
It's Thanos.
Right.
Which is amazing. Amazing that it's Thanos that actually, portrays
that's right.
all that.
Oh my god, my brain just exploded. You're totally right.
Yeah.
Thanos
is funny.
That's great. Yeah.
He's actually hilarious.
Time travel comedy, baby.
Yeah,
Avengers
for a
Endgame.
genocidal maniac,
We figured it out.
he is very funny.
Yeah, we did it together. I can't believe
We're gonna
I
get
just,
some
like,
hate.
I can't believe I got
for that
Endgame.
one.
Yeah, well, that's fine. They can do their own time travel draft.
I'm glad that you put a superhero movie in a different category than superhero. That was the whole reason why I wanted to put Deadpool in romance.
I almost put Deadpool here, and then I looked at Endgame, and I was like, wait a minute. The only thing I ever quote from Endgame is all comedy stuff. It's a comedy. I was like, this is my pick. So I'm very happy.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say what movie I thought you were gonna pick here. No, that's not true. I didn't think that you were gonna pick it. I was more so sad that I wasn't picking this for comedy. I can't think of where else I would have put this movie. But for the record, Hot Tub Time Machine is a really freaking funny time travel movie. We'll get more into that.
I've never seen it. I've never seen it.
Ah, really? Oh, damn! Now I'm really mad I didn't pick it.
Yeah, I've never seen it, so I have to watch that. That's on me for sure, 100% on me. But
that's a fun movie.
Do you have two more? You have two more slots to pick, right?
I have two more. Yeah, I've got superhero and I got Stuck in the Loop.
Okay, great. That makes sense then with what I was just doing. Okay, sweet.
Cool. This is really easy for me. So, actually, Stuck in the Loop is going to be the hard one for me.
Yeah, me too.
So, superhero. I'm actually going to go with. Am I sharing? Yeah, I'm sharing, right? Yeah. I'm going with Donnie Darko for superhero.
Whoa.
Donnie Darko. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. So there was always going to be a super. Bring it.
Well, you're going to have to make a case on why Donnie Darko is a superhero movie. Not because I don't believe you, but because I haven't seen the movie I think the only time I've seen it is when I watched it with you when we were like 15 years old. And I just remember enjoying it so much, but I never went back to watch it. And then I read the plot. Yeah. I refreshed my brain with the plot on Wikipedia before this episode. And I was just so blown away about how ridiculous this plot line is. This movie is insane. But because I don't remember watching it very much and I only read the plot, I need you to make the case because in my head, it's not a superhero movie at the moment. So please, lay it out.
It's actually a very easy case. This was always going to be my pick for superhero. So this movie is a superhero. Anyone who's familiar with this movie already knows what I'm going to say. The world will end in, 1,000, or no, it's in 1,200 and some odd seconds, in 500 minutes, in 16 hours and 31 days. That is when the world will end. And Donnie's the only one who can save the world. And he does. There's even a scene toward the middle of the movie when he's flirting with his lady, right? And he introduces his last name. She's like, Donnie Darko? What is that? Sounds like a superhero name. It's only at that moment that you realize, oh my god, they're doing the Stan Lee thing of like Peter Parker, Bruce Banner. His name is Donnie Darko because like they're doing the Marvel superhero thing. Donnie Darko's a superhero. He also has the original movie does not like do a great job at like being very like blatant about this, but Donnie has superpowers actually. Donnie is super strong and I forgot what else he has, but I'm not even making this up. He legitimately has superpowers according to the movie.
All right, I'll allow it. I think that's a great explanation. You get it. You get your time travel superhero movie, and it's Donnie Darko.
I'm actually really excited. I haven't seen Donnie Darko in years. Dude, I'm prepared to be very disappointed.
one time, watched it with you like when we were 15. Like that's literally the last time I've seen that movie. Like, not even kidding.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to watch it again. Yeah.
I could not stop watching that movie. I was one of those annoying kids who had to show this movie to everyone because I couldn't get over how mind blowing I thought it was at that time in my life.
Oh, it was great. I'm very excited to watch it again for sure. It's gonna be awesome, dude. That's
a very fun movie to watch blind for sure.
Yeah. All right, this is it. We're on the last category. Stuck in the Loop.
This is it. Yeah.
I think we're running pretty good on time.
Break
Hopefully,
the loop, Nick.
Man, this is tough because there are. Let me go down this list real quick. At least 3, maybe 4. that I like want to pick. This actually really is tough. So like, there's the movie that I'm stalling, but I'm gonna pick it because I was gonna pick it the whole time because, like I said earlier, it's kind of part of my identity. I have to pick this movie. I don't have a choice. But there is another movie that I would really like to pick because I think it is so well done, and I think the acting is so phenomenal in it that I would love for it to be on my list, but it's just not gonna fit because for Stuck in the Loop. Man, actually, does this fit in Stuck in the Loop? Can I even make a case? Did I screw up completely? Am I going to even be able to pick this movie? Yeah. Yeah. Because they end up where they began. Stuck in the Loop. This is my choice. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
I had a feeling you were going to go here. Yeah.
I have to.
That
Look
that
at my
definitely
arm.
qualifies.
Look at my arm, audience. I have to pick this movie. If I don't pick this movie, I'm not a
Hang on,
real
let me stop sharing.
Harry Potter
there
fan.
You go.
Okay? Like, this is my life. I have to pick it. There was no choice. There's no choice. It was always going to be the choice. And we get to watch this movie now. This is great. It's one of my favorite Harry Potter films.
It was the chosen
and
one.
books.
We're going Prisoner of Azkaban to close out. Yeah, what's up, man? To close out the Nick's time travel team, Nick's time travel draft, Prisoner of Azkaban. Okay.
I feel great about my list. I think it's just bangers. It's all bangers.
You got a solid list. I actually really love your list.
I'm excited at the end we can go through our list, like not one by one, but I think it'll be cool at the end to pick the one out of the 6 that we each chose that could have been better.
I agree with this.
That could have been better. You know what I mean? Because now now that I'm looking at this lineup, I'm like, damn, there's one movie that like I think I could have. I don't know what else I would have put because of the category that I chose it at. Anyway, you're up, Stuck in the Loop. You've got your pick. Everything is available. Everything else that's available is up for grabs. Well, if you can make it work, if you can explain it.
If I can make it work. There's a few here.
Yeah, there's so many.
Yeah. I do really want to talk to you about this topic as soon as we're done with here because like I want to know what you were struggling between.
Yeah.
There are 3 here that I'm actually struggling between, and I'm willing to bet that none of them are the one that you're thinking of.
No fucking way. That's possible.
Oh, yeah.
But no fucking way. But it's possible. But no fucking way.
Maybe one of them. Maybe one of them.
Yeah.
Man, God. One of them I want to put on because like it has some of the best time travel science of any time travel movie. But man, it is a tough movie to follow. But there's another movie on this list that is definitely a Stuck in the Loop movie, and it's not very obvious that it's a Stuck in the Loop movie. I'm curious if you've seen. Yeah, fuck it. I'm pulling the trigger. I haven't seen this movie in so long. I'm kind of hoping that you haven't seen this movie, so that one of us can bring new eyes to it. I haven't seen this movie since I was a teenager. Screw it, I'm going in. Give me 12 Monkeys for my Stuck in the Loop movie. 12 Monkeys, baby. Bruce Willis, baby. Let's go.
Brad
Pitt,
never seen
baby.
Oh my
Bruce
God.
Willis and Brad Pitt. This
Really?
movie rules. Yes.
Really? Dude, I've never heard of it. I've never even heard of it. I'm excited.
I will give you a brief summary of the movie.
Please.
We live in an apocalyptic future, this part will sound familiar, in which a deadly pandemic has ravaged the land.
Oh, no way.
It was all due to a bioweapon that was released, I forget in what year, but it's like the 90s or the 80s or something. And Bruce Willis is tasked with going back in time and stopping the bioweapon from happening. That is 12 Monkeys. I will say no more. This movie is wild. Brad Pitt plays one of my favorite characters that he's ever portrayed. He's an insane man. It's great. We're gonna have a really fun time with 12 Monkeys.
I'm blown away. I'm excited. I never even heard of it. So this is gonna be awesome.
I would be lying to you if I didn't say half the reason I loved this movie when I saw it, but I was looking at my list and I was like, I think Nick has seen all of my movies, which is fine. That's fine. But I was like, I want to have at least one movie that I can introduce to him. So yeah, we're going with 12 Monkeys there, and this honestly could have worked under classic, but it's fine. Back to the Future was a more solid pick for classic.
Nice. Yeah, I agree. I think that's awesome. All right, let's talk about Stuck in the Loop a little bit because I think there was a bunch here that we wanted to pick. So
I totally agree. I'm going back to the list.
So the other one that I really wanted to pick because it's like it's peak loop. Like every 5 minutes you're looped in this movie is Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
With Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt, which is like
this is sci-fi Groundhog Day.
This is literally sci-fi Groundhog Day, and it is as good as it gets. And this movie is so good. Like I'm actually still a little bit upset that I didn't pick it, but I gotta get my Harry Potter on the list, so it's fine. But yeah,
I wasn't sure if you choose Edge of Tomorrow, but I was willing to bet for Closing the Loop. I thought for sure you were actually going to grab Looper for that.
See, I think I've only I don't think I've seen the whole movie. Or I have, and I only watched it once, and I enjoyed it. But it wasn't one of the time travel movies I've seen that I was like, oh my god, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's good, but yeah, Edge of Tomorrow to me though is Edge of Tomorrow to me is just is fantastic. The concept on how the time travel ends up working and everything, it's really cool.
Mm-hmm. No, that movie is awesome.
Also,
there are a couple. Oh, go ahead. Sorry,
I was gonna say we also have to talk about Tenet at some point.
Oh yeah, we both ignored Tenet. Which
I didn't ignore it. I just did. This is the one that I was talking about where I forget where I was gonna put it. Where was I thinking of putting it? I don't even know because it's not a. What would you classify the category even for Tenet? It's
I think there's an argument that you could say, damn, yeah, this would be a tough one to put into a category. I would make an argument for superhero.
So that's funny. I would make an argument for romance.
I could see that also actually.
Or also Stuck in the Loop.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be, right? It has to be a loop in order for all of that to work and make sense.
It is a loop, really, right? So, like, there are a couple categories it could go into, but I think ultimately the reason I didn't pick it was, and the reason is because, like, it just wasn't received very well. Like, I haven't, like, of all the Nolan films, like, people never talk about Tenet. And so...
Yeah, I agree with that. Most people are pretty sour on it.
I think it just came out at a weird time because I think it was either right before COVID or during COVID. And so, so it was just a weird situation, and so it just wasn't received well. And I'm trying to build a list that people know that, got a dub.
Oh, I see you trying to win a popularity contest. I see.
Well, Anyway, what's on your mind?
So real quick for Stuck in the Loop, man, I think this is actually my favorite category is Stuck in the Loop because there were so many that worked for this.
Yeah.
So hang on a second. I'm trying to go back to the screen here. Yep, that one. Okay. So I flirted with the idea of doing Happy Death Day. That's like a modern Groundhog Day in which a girl keeps like dying over and over again. She has to figure out who's killing her. Which is like a pretty cool concept. I like Groundhog Day, but slasher film. Like that's a neat concept. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
The one that I almost chose because like I wasn't sure if you had seen it before. Primer.
Nope.
Have you seen Primer?
Seen it. Nope.
I think I could have only chosen Primer. No, I could have gone classic here. I could have gone classic or Stuck in the Loop. Primer has probably the best time travel science I've ever seen in a time travel movie.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah, like the concept like is really well thought out on if you were to do it, how could you achieve it, and how would it work following that, and what are the ramifications that follow.
Nice.
The reason why I didn't choose it is I don't think it's a very good movie overall. Because like similar to Tenet, I think it kind of gets bogged down by its own science.
Yeah.
But weirdly, even though it's a time travel movie, it's simpler. It's simpler than Tenet. As far as like the plot goes. What's working against Tenet is there's a very complicated time travel mechanic, and then the plot is also very complicated.
Yeah, right.
The movie stuff. The other one that I really had a hard time letting go of, and I could have done this for either comedy or romance or Stuck in the Loop, Palm Springs.
Huh.
Yeah, with oh my god, what is his name? The guy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Andy?
Yeah, Andy Boy.
Samberg.
Andy Samberg, thank you, yeah. Andy Samberg is the lead in that movie. That's also another Groundhog movie. But it's with two people. Two people are stuck in the Groundhog loop in that movie.
Huh.
Yeah, they're stuck at this like resort.
Yeah.
And it ends up blooming into a romance. But like, yeah, it's a pretty interesting film. The movie I wanted to troll you on though, for Stuck in the Loop, was Doctor Strange. Because that's how he wins, right? Like that's the climax of the movie.
That
gets Dormammu in a loop.
Yeah. That 100% is a Stuck in a Loop film. It's also a secret Stuck in a Loop film, because it doesn't happen until the end.
It's true. It's not a secret time travel movie. It's a secret Stuck in a Loop
in a loop. It's a secret Stuck in a Loop masquerading as a secret time travel movie.
If it were not for Infinity War and Endgame, the climax of Doctor Strange would probably be my favorite climax of any Marvel film or any superhero film ever.
It's so good.
It's so ridiculous. It's
Dormammu,
so funny.
I've come to bargain.
Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
Dormammu. Bargain.
He just trolls him until he wins. It's incredible.
It's so
absolutely
good.
incredible.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So
a great use of time travel.
The few that are on this list that I just love as movies, and to me they're just like feel good, like they're just awesome movies to rewatch. That I wish I could have picked, but that I just don't think they were strong enough to be on like a top list. And and those are Passengers. Have you seen Passengers?
I still have not seen that.
With Chris
still
Pratt.
Haven't. I remember you telling me about it.
Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and it's almost not a time travel movie. So like, I didn't even like. I would have had to pick it for romance, and then I would have had to make the case on why it's actually a time travel movie, because they're on a ship, like traveling to like another galaxy, and so they themselves are like, they're moving so fast, so they're traveling through time from where they come from, but they're not aging. They're aging on their own normal level, but anyone that they run into a problem and they try to like connect with Earth again, but it takes thousands of years for the message to arrive. So like there's time travel concept, but it's not directly involved with the characters. So it's a tough case to make anyway.
No, I think it definitely qualifies.
But like, because it's really well done, and you have to watch that one. Like, you have to watch that soon. Like, I think you'll enjoy it.
I might just do that for fun soon.
Yeah, and then the other one is Tomorrowland.
Yeah, this one I actually am not familiar with at all.
Dude, you have to watch
I don't know this movie.
You have to, like, it's not well known enough, and it's definitely not like popular enough or strong enough for any one particular category for me to have like chosen it. But my God, like, what a fun! It's fun, and like it's George Clooney. Come on, George Clooney. But the other two supporting characters are fat. They're so good. And the actress that plays like this like robotic like AI kind of character she's so peculiar that you can't stop watching her act during this film. And it's just a fun movie, and it is a time travel film technically. So I actually would prefer you watch that before you watch Passengers, because like I think there's something so fun about Tomorrowland that's like, holy shit, this is like super awesome.
I haven't seen a good Clooney movie in a while. I actually might do that.
Yeah, you should watch. If we do like a bonus one, if we end up doing like a 13th one, we should do Tomorrowland because it's really good.
Cool. I'd be down to do that when we're all done. What's the movie that we regret not watching?
Yeah, we'll pick one. Maybe we'll each pick one.
We'll pick a bonus. Yeah.
And then I just watched this on the plane a couple days ago, but like Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is such a secret time travel movie. It's crazy. Like it's so ridiculous how secretive it's. I enjoyed it for what it was. Anyway, we don't have to talk about it more than that. But it was.
Wait,
fun.
Sorry. I just thought of a seventh category. If you could go back in time, I'd choose this movie.
Fuck, we kind of have to pick it now. We should totally pick that now.
We have to. We have to. It's a time travel draft, baby. If you could, all right. It goes to you. If you could go back in time and choose one movie from this draft, what would it have been?
In time and pick one. Pick the unpicked.
You can only save one.
Oh God! Now I have to pick. Now I have to pick another. This is so tough. This is so tough. I just gave you three that I wish I could have picked. Okay. It's
amazing.
But what the nice part about this is I know you haven't seen any of them.
Yeah.
So I can pick Passengers or Tomorrowland is what it's between. Oh man. Which one do I want you to watch first? I'm going with Tomorrowland because I think Passengers is sci-fi enough and we have enough of that on the list already. And Tomorrowland is like its own like, I mean, I guess I will personally wouldn't classify it as like that kind of sci-fi. It's like a different, well, yeah,
going Tomorrowland.
It's Tomorrowland. That's my.
I love this bonus category.
This is such a good idea. Such a good bonus category.
This is a great bonus category.
Although I'm realizing now I probably should have picked Tenet. Fuck my life.
No,
but we've both
like
seen
logic.
it. But we've both seen it. So,
and I like your logic here of going for something a little lighthearted,
right.
not the serious sci-fi stuff. I'm actually going to do something very similar here, and I'm going to grab a movie that I actually didn't mention at all, but I really, really wanted to grab this movie for romance. I'm grabbing. If I could go back in time in this draft and grab one movie, it is Safety Not Guaranteed.
Oh, nice.
Have you seen this movie?
Yes. Is this the one with... Nope, never mind. I was thinking of a different one.
So it's with Aubrey Plaza, and oh my god, I always forget his name. The actor who plays Pete from The League.
Oh, nice. No, I don't think I've seen this. I was thinking for some reason I was thinking
Good, I'm glad.
I was thinking of Burn After Reading for a minute.
I
don't know why but I don't think I've seen it. So it's a great, but I've heard of it. I've heard of this one, so I think it's a great choice.
Most people, when they're listing their favorite time travel, like most people, most best time travel lists, most best time travel lists that I have seen include Safety Not Guaranteed, which is a romance about I'm just gonna call him Pete until I can remember his actual name. About Pete and Aubrey Plaza. And Pete's trying to build a time machine. And we're not sure if Pete's insane or if he's a genius. It's a great movie.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's absolutely fantastic.
Hell yeah.
I stumbled in on my roommate, Mikey, watching this movie, and I had never heard of it. And I had no plans, so I was just like, yeah, sure, I'll join you. And I watched it. I couldn't stop watching. I was like, I've never forgotten it either. It's like, this is such an enjoyable film. I love this.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, now we've got 14 films that we have to watch.
We'll double up one of the slow months.
I think, we have, well, there's no rush and we have plenty of time. We'll probably definitely double up a couple. So everything is good.
For sure.
We'll decide later which one's first, but,
Before we go, 'cause
What else?
we're definitely wrapping up here. I want to call out the films that, for in case anyone's listening, um, the films that we didn't mention, that didn't make the list. I'm just going to go ahead and name the rest of the films here. I'm looking at Army of Darkness, Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, Back to the Future 2 and 3, of course. I do have some regrets about not grabbing Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Classic.
Classic. Deadpool 2, The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, which actually that's a movie that I watched recently. It's pretty good. Oh my god, what is this? Oh, it's Edge of Tomorrow, Doctor Strange, Death Day, Hot Tub Time Machine, as Nick had mentioned, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, Idiocracy. Oh man, what is this? I have such a bad resolution of this picture
That's
on this
Passengers.
list.
That's Passengers.
Passengers. Okay, I was looking for it when you were talking about it. I was like, is it on here? um, Passengers, Looper, Primer, Terminator 1, The Atom Project, Tenet, Palm Springs. Run Lola Run is a movie, Nick, you and I are just going to watch together randomly one day because I need you to watch that movie. It's a great German sci-fi.
Noted.
The Time Machine, The Atom Project, The Tomorrow War, Time After Time, The Time Traveler's Wife, Time Cop, which, dude, any fan of the 80s who watches or listens to this and sees that this was in this pool and that neither of us chose it, we're gonna get some crap for that. But that's okay.
That's okay.
Crap on them. Time Bandits, and then Source Code was the last film.
Nice.
There's a handful of films there that I'm okay not watching, but most of these I would have watched again or for the first time.
Same.
Yeah.
Real quick, my computer is slowly dying, but what's the one from your list that you chose that you would maybe make the odd man out if you had to get rid of one? Aside from this bonus category that we just did. So within your first six, what's like the one that when you look at it from afar, you're like, this feels like an outlier? For me,
I think. Go ahead.
For me, it's Days of Future. For me, it's Days of Future Past, and but it feels weird because it's such a good one. But I don't know. It feels like my outlier in the top six.
So I don't regret. Well, hang on. Let me talk about yours. So Days of Future Past. I see why you're saying that, but like honestly, I don't know if I agree because like with the exception of About Time, you could make a case that like all of those are like maybe Harry Potter as well. All of those are like action time travel movies, right? Or at least there are components of it that are action. So it kind of fits like the bill of that list, you know?
Yeah.
I don't regret any of mine. Like I'm glad I got what I got. The only one I'm really mad about is About Time. I really am angry that you got that. The only one.
Hey, you could have done it. You did it to yourself.
I know. I couldn't let you get Midnight in Paris, but like, here's the thing. I regret putting Midnight in Paris where I did. I think I could have easily have just put that under romance like you had done, and then moved on into comedy, right? Although, I think that would have stuck my classic, because I would have been stuck between Back to the Future and Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
I'm really glad I got both.
Yeah. You're a little heavier on the classics than I am. Yeah. For sure. I'm a little bit more new school, I think, on most of mine.
Actually, yeah, that's a good point, with the exception
minus
of T2.
Terminator.
Yeah, I mean, come on, it's T2. Like, if you weren't going to grab it, I was going to find a way to put it in there.
Gotta do it.
Yeah. Terminator 2, it's a comedy.
I'll be back. I mean, look, just like Thanos, hilarious quotes.
Hilarious quotes.
It's comedic afterwards.
Oh, man. All right.
Come with me if you want to live.
I am eager. I'm eager to grade our drafts, but here's what I think we should do. I think we should wait till we watch all of them
Yep.
to decide who actually had the better draft, because we're gonna rate these movies, right? That's how we do it. That's how we figure out who had the better draft, as we rate the movies down the line.
There we go.
It's all
Figuring it out as we go, baby.
It's all coming together, baby. Time
Excellent.
travel.
Am I right? So basically, you're going to have to stick around, watch all of these reviews as we review these 14 movies over the next 10 to 14 months. So thank you for joining us.
Yes,
And
to find out how I was right and Nick was wrong, unless you catch all of these 14 months from now, and
guy's crazy.
It's like time travel for you. You just fast forward through all of it. Yeah.
Facts.
Not us, though. We get to live through it in real time.
Love it. Love it.
All right. Well, on that note, I think we're gonna put it right there. We're gonna break the loop right here. Until next time. Thanks for sticking around, Nick. This was a lot of fun.
So much fun.
So much fun. Looking forward to watching all of these with you on the next time with May the Review Be With You.
Peace.